Hey guys, how's it going? Today, we are going to look at another amazing leader in history. This leader was very popular. People called him Honest Abe. He was also very courageous. He led his country through its toughest times and saved millions of lives. Can you name this great leader? Of course, it is the great Abraham Lincoln. Now let's look at the rise of Abraham Lincoln. Our story begins in a small log cabin in the state of Kentucky. Inside this cabin lived a poor family. They had a mother, a father, and their son named Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12th, 1809. He was an ordinary baby, like you and me. He cried when he was hungry. He slept when he was tired. Just like any other baby, Lincoln's childhood was tough. His family was poor, and life was hard. There wasn't enough food to eat, and sometimes they didn't know where their next meal would come from. And when Lincoln was just 2 years old, his family lost their mother. So young Abraham and his sister were sent to live with their father. Life was difficult, and young Abraham often felt lonely. Despite all these difficulties, Lincoln's father was determined to give his children an education. He knew that knowledge was the key to success. So Abraham received some formal schooling, but only for a few years. After that, he had to work on the farm. To be honest, Abraham was not a good farmer. He was tall and awkward, and neighbors would laugh at him. They said he would never become anything more than a farmer. But Abraham did not care what others thought of him. He loved reading books. So Abraham would walk miles to borrow a book. He would then sit by the light of a fireplace and read the book. In this way, he taught himself to read and write. And this was just the beginning. When Abraham was just 13 years old, his father bought him a copy of the Bible. Abraham read this book over and over again. He studied its teachings and tried to live according to them. You can say that this book had a huge impact on Abraham's character. It taught him about honesty, kindness, and compassion. These qualities helped Abraham to become one of the greatest leaders in history. As Abraham grew older, he started working as a farmhand. He also worked as a store clerk. One day, Abraham needed to split some logs. He was paid 1 penny for each log. Abraham split logs all day long. At the end of the day, he had split more than 100 logs, but he only earned 1 cent. However, instead of complaining, Abraham decided to learn something from this experience. He realized that hard work alone was not enough. He needed knowledge and skills to earn more money. This event made him realize the importance of learning. So he began to prepare for his new career. He studied law and soon became a lawyer. In his career as a lawyer, Abraham represented poor people who could not afford to pay him. He took their cases to court and fought for justice. In this way, he became known as Honest Abe, This was because he was honest with his clients and never charged them for things he did not do. In addition, Lincoln was always trying to improve himself. He was a great believer in education and constantly studied to expand his knowledge. He also loved to tell jokes and make people laugh. He was a very friendly person and was always willing to help others. All of these qualities made Lincoln very popular. However, Lincoln did not want power or wealth. He was happy being a lawyer, but others wanted him to enter politics. So eventually, he agreed to run for the Illinois state legislature. He won and served 4 terms. After that, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Throughout his political career, Lincoln remained true to his principles. He fought against slavery and for the rights of all people. But, unfortunately, the country was divided over slavery. The southern states wanted to keep it, but the northern states wanted to abolish it. Finally, the conflict reached its climax and the Civil War broke out. When the war began, most people thought that Lincoln would not be able to handle such a huge crisis. But Lincoln surprised everyone. He showed great courage and determination. He led the Union to victory and preserved the United States. With this document, he freed all slaves in the Confederate States. By doing this, he made the war about ending slavery. This was a very important step towards equality for African Americans. Unfortunately, Lincoln was assassinated before the end of the Civil War, but his legacy continued to inspire generations of Americans. Today, he is considered one of the greatest presidents in American history. So, we can say that Lincoln went through many hardships in his life. He experienced poverty, loneliness, and the death of his family members. But through it all, he never gave up on his dreams. Instead, he used his experiences to fuel his determination to make the world a better place. Lincoln's story teaches us that no matter how difficult our circumstances are, we can still achieve our dreams if we have the courage to follow our passions and the determination to never give up. Abraham Lincoln was a man of great integrity and honesty. He was a man who was always trying to do the right thing, no matter what the cost. He was a man who believed in the power of education and the importance of making the world a better place for all people. His story is an inspiration to us all. Let's look at some interesting facts about Abraham Lincoln. Number 1. Abraham Lincoln was the first American president to be born outside of the original 13 colonies. No. 2. Abraham Lincoln was the first Republican president of the United States. Number 3. Abraham Lincoln was the tallest American president. He was 6 feet, 4 inches. No. 4. Abraham Lincoln was a very good swimmer. In fact, he was the only American president who could swim. No. 5. Abraham Lincoln was a self-made man. He was born into poverty and had little formal education. But through hard work and determination, he achieved his goals. Finally, Let's look at some lessons we can learn from Abraham Lincoln. Lesson number 1. Never give up on your dreams. No matter how difficult the journey may seem, the rewards of success will be worth it. Lesson number 2. Always stay true to your principles. It may not always be easy, but it is always the right thing to do. Lesson no. 3. Never stop learning. Knowledge is the key to success in any endeavor. Lesson no. 4. Always strive to make the world a better place. We all have the ability to make a difference in the lives of others. Lesson no. 5. Always be honest and trustworthy. Honesty is the best policy, and trust is the foundation of all relationships. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about Abraham Lincoln. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on any of our awesome videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.